Hey everyone, it is Neha, founder of College Shortcuts and Elite Private Tutors. I hope you're having a great day, and I wanted to do a quick video here today about the fact that no one is looking actually at what the deadlines are that are coming up, because so many people are forgetting that we are now mid-September in the school year. And so today's video is about the difference between being proactive versus procrastinating, and how dreams are killed in this indecisive dance between should I start, should I not, I'll wait till last minute, all of that sort of stuff. So today I want to give you just a check on understanding the difference. Now, I'm actually going to be pulling up a report here that can be absolutely helpful in understanding the importance of these deadlines. And the reason why this is so important is because so many people do not realize that applying early can literally make all the difference. So what I'm going to do here today is see if I can go ahead and share this chart with you so you can take a look yourself to see the differences between the early action, early decision versus regular decision choices that happen. Now, a lot of times people do not think about this. They're not even realizing it. And I'm here to explain to you that it is so important to realize the difference between it. Now, let me see if I can go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, cool. I can share my screen. All right, I'm going to cover my funny photo there. Okay, so I think you guys can see this. Yes, you can. So I just want to walk through this chart with you for a minute, just so you can take a look to see the difference between the students that are proactive versus the students that procrastinate. And I'm just going to look at Ivy League institutions. I will tell you, for example, there's other universities that have upwards of an 80% acceptance rate in their early rounds. So I wanted to use the most competitive ones. And again, just to let you know, we help students really at all levels when it comes to the college process. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to go ahead and see if I can move this over so you can see my face still. Okay, great. So what I want to do here is kind of walk you through this chart, because I think so many of us forget how important it is. So as you can see, here's a list of colleges and their overall acceptance rate. So let's just kind of go through this here. So let's say, for example, your child wants to go to Brown University. It's a phenomenal school. They have a partner program with RISD. We help students get into these schools all the time. Now, let's say your kid wants to go to Brown, but their overall acceptance rate is 9%. So meaning if there's 10 students lined up in front of you, if you had 10 kids, only 9% get in, right? So like barely one of them gets to go in. So if you look at the regular decision acceptance rate, it's 7.66%. And if you skip over this number and you just move over to here, early decision, early action acceptance rate, 22%. You have 3 times more likely chance of getting in just by looking at the deadlines. So as you can see, the percent of the class that is filled by early applications is upwards of 40% of the entire freshman class. And look at the difference between the amount of applications received, early decision, early action, versus regular decisions. So in early rounds, only 3,000 applications are being reviewed by 10 or 15 admissions readers. And that's not a lot of applications for 15 people to go through. Versus when you apply in December, 29,000 students applied for those 15 people to read those applications. And so as you can see, there's a huge difference between the regular decision versus early decision or even early action. See, so many times I hear from parents, oh my gosh, my kid cannot pick just one school, Neha. I'm like, awesome, there's still early action, or they can submit their application earlier instead of in regular rounds. And I get it. You know, your kids can barely pick a Snapchat filter. They're too busy watching Kylie Jenner. They can't make a decision on, which college they want to go to when they can't even pick out, the right pair of jeans on a Saturday. I get it. But what I'm here to tell you is, regardless of their choice and their dream of what they want to do early decision, it still doesn't come up to me as a worthy excuse to procrastinate just because you can't pick one school. Let's get to the next one. Columbia, one of the most competitive as well. 6% acceptance rates, typically. Now, regular decision rate is 4.8% versus early decision rate is 17%, of which 44% of their freshman class is filled in the early rounds. See, roughly again, 3,500 students are applying early decision, early action. 32,000, 10 times the amount and 3 times harder to be getting in the regular round. So I just want you to look at this and really, this is where I have to say, you know what? Numbers don't lie. Like I've told many of you guys, I am an economics major from my alma mater, Rice University, okay? And I'm here to tell you that numbers don't lie. I am all about data. And running College Shortcuts and Elite Private Tutors, we are a data-driven company with all the heart and all the love for your children. But we have to be super honest and clear about what the truth is. And I'm sorry to say this, but deadlines aren't just going to move back just because so many things are happening in the world. A lot of you guys know that, I have been moving back and forth, dealing with a lot of things going on. But the numbers don't lie. And as Nakia is saying here below, the numbers don't lie. Early bird gets the worm. And that is just the truth of it. I'm going to go through a few more of these just to show the truth of it because so many of you don't realize. Let's skip over to UPenn. UPenn has an acceptance rate of 9.4%, similar to Brown, of which in the regular decision round when students apply in December, 7% acceptance rate. And they only accepted roughly 2,000 applicants out of 32,000-ish regular applications received. Can you imagine trying to get your kid to stand out in front of 32,000 students? Let's face it, that's a lot of people. I mean, if you think about it, that can fill entire stadiums of people, right? So you have to realize that's 30,000 high schoolers competing for only 2,000 spots. But when you look at the early decision, early action rates to University of Pennsylvania, roughly 24% acceptance rate. Now, that is a rate you wouldn't even think about when it comes to a school like University of Pennsylvania, but here's a 24% acceptance rate. But here's the big one you guys have to hear. The percent of class filled by early application, 54%. That means that every student in that freshman class that next year, 1 out of 2 of them, if you stuck a room of 10, 5 of them had applied early decision, early action. Now, they may not have been as competitive as someone in the regular round, but because the early bird gets the worm, as Nakia, one of our favorite moms, is saying here below, they got in. And so I want you guys to think about that when there's only 5,500-ish applications that are received in the early round, and yet only 1,300 are accepted. That's a large percentage versus 2,000 applications out of 32,000. And so when you look at this, when 1,300 are accepted in the early rounds and there's only 2,400 students that applied early or that are enrolled in the school, so literally 54% are in early, the numbers don't lie. And so I have been trying to tell parents over and over, if you have a sophomore, if you have a junior, if you have a freshman, if you have not thought about making sure you commit to a service or program that can get this done for you early on, you are already late in the game. Now, for all of my senior parents that are right now really stressed out, and we feel you so much here at College Shortcuts because you've decided to follow the school system's rules on exactly when to handle this process. And unfortunately, there's certain systems that have broken down where we assume that the school has our best interests at heart, but in reality, they don't even give you the time of day for your child to really get this done in a effective way. Some of the questions I get from parents are, well, Neha, if they're taking the SAT or ACT one more time, well, what do we do about that? Should we delay the applications? Absolutely not. Applications need to get in, then you can submit those scores and you can rush order them over. I hear parents say, well, we're waiting for the letters of recommendation. Should we wait for the letters of Absolutely not. That's a system that decided to take too long to submit, and you should have asked earlier on. Now, I want to tell you guys, so many times people forget the importance of how deadlines work. Now, I try to tell people all the time, I am that crazy planner. I have dates mapped out like for the year. I have things planned out. I know a lot of you moms do too, but you expect your teenager to understand this information and be able to process it, when in reality, their prefrontal cortex is not even formed. So to them, everything's fight or flight. When is it due? The day of. They don't even think the way that you think as an adult. They don't have the wisdom that you have as a parent. And so I just have to say, I know we're all struggling through back to school and we're trying to get things going. But look, it's so important. I work 7 days a week to make sure that parents get the true numbers and the true information they need. I'm going to go through one more here to show you. Let's take a look here. Harvard, a 5% acceptance rate, which I know everyone's always like Harvard, whatever. But for the parents that do have kids that can compete, listen to this. 5% regular decision rate, 3%. Of which they accepted barely 1,000 students out of 33,000 applications, versus early decision and early action. 15%, guys, 15%. Now, they couldn't give us that exact number. You can pretty much do the math yourself here, but only 6,000 people. There's millions of students that apply every single year to college. 6,000 were only able to get their stuff done? I mean, it just infuriates me to think that here your kid has worked since preschool, you sent them to kindergarten, they graduated from kindergarten with their little cute backpack, you've been making them breakfast every single freaking morning, then they turn into a teenager and they're a monster in the morning, and you're working so hard towards this decision, and yet you wait till December to apply? It kills me. So I want to talk about a solution here that can totally change your kid's trajectory, and we are still accepting a few spots, really honestly only 3 spots left for College Mastery if you know a parent of a senior that is trying to get them to do the essays. So let me tell you, and then for all of the parents with a middle schooler or an early high schooler, trust me, you want to get the competitive edge and you want to sign up, because we're already building our wait list for the next few years. So if you have not visited, let me see if I can comment below. collegeshortcuts.com/counseling will walk you through exactly what it is that we do. Now, in this program, thank you, Sarah, so much. In this program, what we're very focused on specifically is making sure, I am playing my own video. I guess I can't comment. collegeshortcuts.com/counseling. It's right there on the top corner if you go to collegeshortcuts.com when you click the counseling page. Now, this is a 3-week program. It is what I call college consulting on steroids. So a lot of parents, they'll sign up for other college consultants. I got a call from a student out in India who's so scared because he's signed up for consulting with someone who went to Stanford, and yet it's taken them 6 months to even get one resume done. Thank you so much, Sarah, for typing that. Totally means the world to me. So what I will tell you is, so many times people will hire and they don't realize how short the process can be done. In our case with College Shortcuts, our counseling program has consultants that have gotten into schools like Cornell, Harvard, UPenn, Rice, some are at Johns Hopkins, that are incredible. We have people on our team that are admissions counselors at colleges, and there's something to be said about having the experts that are on the inside help you versus a high school English teacher who their focus is to teach your kid how to write a paper, not a personal entry for a college application, especially the main essay. And so, with these deadlines that are approaching that parents don't realize, for all of my earlier middle school and high school parents, you want to get your spot with us at College Mastery, at College Shortcuts, because when we fill our spots up, we just don't keep adding more spots. There's only so many people that I have trained at my level, as well as working with me personally, that we can handle and still deliver that ultimate level of service, that expertise that's needed. And we spend a lot of time with our students. It's not just like a shuttle of kids that come in and we treat them as another number. We know every client's name. We know every child's name. We know details about their passions in dance, art, if they're interested in football, engineering. And our College Mastery program is a 3-week program where we go through what are the schools your kid is looking at? What are they passionate about? What majors are they looking into? What schools have maybe they left off the list that they should add on? Then we go into looking at their resume and their profile and then creating this unique narrative of what it is that your child has to deliver and offer. You know, so many times people think, okay, well, my kid is, for example, I work with a lot of families where it's South Asian female wants to study medicine. Wow, that's awesome. But guess what? That's a typical archetype. How do we take the stories of your child and really make them stand out? You know, we help students even get into MBA schools. We help students get into med programs. We're helping students at all levels. And it's about really understanding how to create that unique angle that makes your kids stand out. And then the second week, this is where you're really paying for and getting really the bang for your buck in our program. It's where we will literally go through and brainstorm each essay prompt and cut the amount of essays your kid has to write. We had a student recently who loved what we did because the way their strategy was as a teenager and the way they think, and there's nothing wrong with it, was, okay, I have a list of schools. I'll go by school and write each essay. And instead of thinking strategically with an expert, a consultant who does this day in and day out, I've had students that I've seen write 25 essays when they could have written 5. So I'm here to explain to you that the essay strategy and brainstorming is incredible when you have someone by your side. And I get texts from parents all the time on my phone that are like, Neha, I have been trying to get my kid to write one essay for 5 months, and you have a coach come in and they've written 5 essays in a week. How do you do this? Well, there's nothing like having a powerful coach behind you. You can't question it when you go to a workout class versus going to the gym and walking at 3 miles an hour and being like, hey, I lost 5 pounds. No, you didn't, dude. You just walked for 5 minutes. Okay, so having a trainer, having a coach, going to that workout class is one of my big things. It makes such a difference in having that fuel behind you to push you way past your limits of getting things done. And then in the last part, we make sure your kid has the right interview training, knows exactly how to submit with our extra awesome secret sauce of how to really stand out even more in that early round so that they're a part of that 50% or 40% freshman class that's filled at some of these top schools. And we make sure that we have 2 consultants or 3 consultants, depending on which package you get, literally going line by line on your kid's essay. And so while they're in school and they're busy, we're working nonstop. And that's why we can do this in less than 3 weeks. So I have put my phone number down here below. Of course, please call us if you don't reach us. We've got lots of parents that call in. We've only got a few spots left, and we're already booking out for the next few years. So I wanted to just show this chart to you guys because I think so many times people don't look at the numbers. It's so much easier to sit there and be like, oh, well, my friend told me, yeah, it sounds good to apply early. It's so much easier to be ignorant, guys. I mean, they say ignorance is bliss, but they don't talk about all the dreams and all the opportunities that are missed when you don't look at the truth. And I am all about uncovering the truth in the college admissions process. So this is Neha Gupta reporting live from College Shortcuts. I am back in my home office here in Houston, Texas. And I want you to know that we are here to help serve your family, to make your life easier, to reduce the stress and anxiety in your home, because if there's anything going on in the world right now, it is really making sure that our kids are taken care of and that they're feeling mentally stable and they're feeling comfortable in a time where we're so unsure and we're so out of control. And so I want you to look at these early decision, early action acceptance rates that are all double digits, of which only one of these in regular decision is even double digit at Cornell, and really think about your child and the dreams that you have for them and really decide what you truly want for your child, because it is so important for you to make sure that you are looking at the numbers, being realistic about it, and making sure your kid is set up for success. And while I would love to say, hey, the school will take care of it, or you know what, they'll handle everything, It's not their job. And if you expect your teenager to do this, we see this year after year after year where they wait till the last minute and then their dreams are crushed. So you've worked so hard to really make sure that your kid is taken care of. This is the last step, and we believe that the true investments that are made in your child's happiness and in their dreams and their life and how their life is going to be, the vision they can have for their life is about who they spend time with. And during the most formative years are in college. So we believe the true investment that you should be making is between high school and college. And when you create a journey, that 3-week journey to make this process beautiful, wrapped up in a bow, and make them feel confident in their applications, that is the true art of being an incredible parent. So I just wanted to do this quick video just for you guys to see the difference between early action rates, not even just early decision, guys, early action rates compared to regular, to really make the right choice for your child. Have an incredible, incredible day. Sending everyone that's on love, positive energy. Please call us, even if it's just a conversation. We would love to converse with you and see how, even if it's the smallest thing, we can change your life or your child's life forever. Have an amazing day. Call us at 713-401-2867. This is Neha Gupta reporting live from collegeshortcuts.com and eliteprivatetutors.com. Bye.